This is Elisa from Anaya's Toy Box Crochet, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to. Okay, first off, my husband and I, we recovered from COVID just in time to catch the flu. We all have it, every single one of us. Yep. You probably heard that little bark there. That's my son. I am going to try really hard to edit out the coughs, and while it's easy to edit out my own coughs, not so hard to edit out theirs because I'm so used to hearing it. I don't stop talking in the middle of it because, you know, it's been happening all the time that I'm not noticing it as much. But I will try to edit out coughs. I make no promises. Anyways, thank you all for coming. I do enjoy showing off my makes, and I'm so glad that you come week after week to come and watch me showing them. You can find me on social media as Anaya's Toy Box. I am on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, and Etsy. Okay, so what have I been up to? Well, I was going to work on my secret project, which I'm not going to show you because hopefully, even though I'm late, hopefully I'll be able to finish it on time. And then I got a commission through my partnership with Toon Studios. So in case you don't know, I have a partnership with a store, like they design princesses. Basically they design images of princesses, not the Disney way, a different way. And they had approached me to make crochet dolls for them. And I have made quite a few. If you go back in my videos, you'll find them. Well, I was approached through my partnership with Toon Studios. Someone approached them and they wanted a zombie Alice and a zombie, I think, Prince Charming. Well, the Alice was the most important one. And they wanted the zombie to be ragdollish. So obviously, I only get pictures. Not obviously. I only get pictures from them. I have to make up the pattern and make the doll myself. And so when this came, they wanted it by Christmas. I've been working on her. I have been working on her pretty much nonstop. This is the only one I've been working on for days. Sorry about that. I had to pause the video. You probably saw my fingers coming right at you. But anyways, this is what I've been working on for days, trying to get it done. Oops, sorry. Trying to get it done by Saturday. I got her done on Saturday, not by Saturday. And anyways, I will be sending her out soon. And hopefully the client likes her. This is what she looks like. I hope the client really enjoys the doll. It took a while. And you know when you have a deadline and you're trying to work, like, to tell you the truth, this would have taken the same amount of time if I was working on it because I did not want to work on it. I was working on it with a deadline. If I wasn't working on a deadline, it still would have taken the same amount of time. It still would have been the same thing, but somehow when you have a deadline, it just seems like a lot of pressure. So I did buy some knitting needles. I bought this set of knitting needles. They're wooden, and I bought it during the Black Friday sale. They were still ridiculously expensive. What? They were ridiculously expensive, even on sale. But I got them, and I wanted to try them out. So come here, please, sweetheart. So I started knitting, and I knitted this pair of fingerless gloves because my kids are obsessed with fingerless gloves. So I knitted this. I don't know. Can you let me hold your hands so I could show it properly? So this is using the
blueberry yarn.
Yeah, Premier Sweet Roll Fruits in the colorway Blueberry. Yeah, I made him gloves with this yarn before. He lost it and was super upset about it, so I made him another pair. So those are my two FOs. Like I said, I've been working on this very, very much. But there are times like this never used to happen until I started working on other stuff besides amigurumi. But sometimes my hands don't hurt. It just feels like I need a break from the tight stitches. And so during that time, I worked on my squares. I don't remember if I showed this to you last time, but I made this square with some of my leftover yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway, I don't remember the colorway, Camo probably. Okay, I made that one. Then this is Premier DK colors. I held them double. So what I did was I pulled from both ends. I pulled from the middle and the outside at the same time, held them double, and made this. I've had this yarn for a long time, not knowing what I could do with it. And even though it's DK, I decided I'm using it on this blanket. I think it turned out beautifully. So I made that one. Then, am I missing any of them? I made this one with the last of my greens. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh well, I probably am. Oh yeah, here it is. It's under here. I made this one with whatever was left over of the DK colors and red. I made this one, this one, and the next one I'm going to show you, which I just finished, so I haven't woven in ends yet. I made after I finished her, because that's all I worked on so far. I haven't picked up any other doll yet. I finished her yesterday. So those ones I worked after I made her. So that is what I did. And finally, I started a basket. Because I'm working with all these things where I work until I can finish a round. Once I can finish a round, once I get to a point where like the yarn isn't enough to finish a round, I cut the yarn and I put it aside for the baskets. So I have plenty of yarn for the basket, so I started a basket because it's overflowing and it's getting to be a mess. It's still overflowing and messy. But I started the basket, but because I was working on her and I was working on this, because this is also tight stitches like this is, so when I was taking a break, I didn't work on this too much. Did a little bit, but not too much because it didn't feel like a break. So I started a basket, and I am using the Ogo yarn that I got from Wendy right here as the base color. Like when I work on baskets, I use any little scraps I have. Like they could be balls this big, they could be balls this big, no bigger than this though. But I use a one color in the background, which is the constant, which I think helps unify the basket instead of looking like a bunch of different colors threw up on each other. And so that's what I'm doing with this. And that is what I've been working on. Yeah. I am going to be starting my secret project, which I did work on my secret project. I just didn't show it to you. I may show it to you afterwards, like after the time is up if I haven't finished it, or there'll be a separate video on her. Yeah. So I wanted to congratulate Emma. I'm sorry. I am going to try to say your last name, but I'm probably going to butcher it. Aguirre, Aguirre. Congratulations, you won the giveaway of my 100th episode giveaway. Please contact me with whichever one of my patterns you want. I have not, because I got sick, worked too much on the written pattern of the mushroom spirits. So if you still want that, just know it's going to take longer than anticipated before you can get it, because I haven't sent it out to testers yet. If you want that doll, that's fine. If you don't, you could choose any one from my patterns and choose any pattern that costs up to $10 from anywhere. I do prefer Ravelry because I could gift it, but if you don't have Ravelry, it's okay. But when you want to look at my patterns, all my patterns is on Ravelry, not all of them is on Etsy. Anyways, I don't think I could talk much more. I could feel it. Like, Lisa, stop talking. So I'm going to say goodbye. Also, I just wanted to let you know that craft studios are selling the dolls that I've made for them. So if you go to craft studios and you look up, like, I think they have the Snow Queen, the Snow Princess, and the Zombie Pinocchio. They have all three of them in an amazing price. Like, they are charging so much less than I charged them to make it. They are taking a huge, significant, like really significant loss. More than 50%. So if you ever wanted an Elisa doll or an Naya's Toy Box doll and you thought, I want it, but it's pricey. I know it's pricey, but it takes a long time, a lot of energy, a lot of everything to make it. I know it's pricey, but if you ever wanted an Elisa or Inaya's Toy Box doll and you just can't afford it, go to Toon Studios. You can get it for a really, really good price. I will link their Etsy shop down below. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more from me, please subscribe. Bye.